right, West Brom preview for Sunday. Oh, right, West Brom preview for Sunday. I am tired. After the week we have had as Newcastle fans, I am tired. I need some sleep. Every single time I go to sleep, it seems to look something like this.
How's the break then, Steve?
How's the bacon, did you say?
Can anyone else relate to that? Just me? Should probably take some medication or something. Right, so West Brom on Sunday. I don't need to remind anyone watching this, any Newcastle fan, this is probably our biggest game of the season so far. We don't like football cliches, but it is a 6-pointer. It is shitty ass time. It's clean underwear. Skids for days if we lose this one. Really big game. There's been a lot going on this week. There's a lot of things I could talk about that have come out today in this video that I'm going to try not to touch on. I'm just going to give my quick opinions before I go on to the West Brom preview. So, it was announced today that Bruce, not only has he had the falling out with Richie and all of that broke from Craig Hope also decided to break that the players are unhappy with how many days off they've had. Well, it was something I touched on my reaction to the Matt Ritchie video. Yes, Bruce might be a good man manager, but a lot of the players were just happy with his man management because they were getting a free ride, extra days off, just a gentle slap on the wrists if they came in a bit late. This kind of stuff, it doesn't work in the modern game, and I think the players are starting to see through all of this now, so it doesn't come as a surprise to me. I think the biggest thing from Bruce's press conference today about the Richie incident, when he talked about finding the culprit, all he was talking about was finding the culprit. Of course, if someone's snitched, you're going to want to find out who did it. It's going to piss you off. But why is that the main point of his press conference when there's a huge game on Sunday? Why is he talking about finding the culprit? Just get on with it. Admit that there was an issue and say, yeah, it's disappointing to hear that someone's let this out, but we're all going to regroup. I'm going to get the lads in and we're going to really go after West Brom on Sunday. There was just so much talk of the culprit. Bruce is always the victim, in my opinion, when he does an interview. Every single time. What a hard job supporting Newcastle is. Yeah, it must be so difficult on whatever he's on, 2-3 million a year, 50,000 fans when things are going well. Must be awful. Must be absolutely awful. I don't know how he sleeps at night. All he talks about is Newcastle being a nightmare job. Do you know what to do, Bruce? As we've told you repeatedly, if you don't like it, you know where the door is. But that's not going to happen, is it? Because you know it's your last job. But, moving on from that, it also got announced today through a club statement, very long-winded club statement, that the appeals from the club to try and get a certain member of the board off the panel for the court case that Ashley is putting against the Premier League for us to get taken over, that's been denied. We've also had a couple of other things denied with regards to the court case. What this basically means is, for anyone who tried to read the statement and just got bored after 2 minutes, like a lot of us did, basically, I think Keith Downey summed it up quite well. It's 2-0 already. So the things we wanted in place before the proper court case started, the whole procedure where we can try and get the takeover back on track and prove that there was some wrongdoing the first time round, haven't gone in our favour. So it's not a great start, and it just tops off an awful week of supporting Newcastle this week, I think. Injuries to Almira and Maximin, Richie falling out, newspaper articles left, right and centre, the soap opera continues, and then just to finish the week, there's a bit of negative talk. Oh, and obviously, God, sorry that I've forgotten it, obviously the week started, I know it was Sunday, but obviously Glenn Roeder's passing, which I'll touch on in a little bit. It's just been an awful week. It has been an awful week supporting Newcastle United this week, and I don't think anyone can deny it. So that's why I'm going to keep all that stuff to one side as best I can and just crack on with the preview for the West Brom game. So, huge game. West Brom are sitting just below us. Team news, as far as I'm aware from what Bruce has said today, Fernandes looks like he is back. For me, I think I've said it now in 3 press conferences in a row, get Fernandes straight in that team. You know what I mean? He was first on the team sheet before he was injured, so he needs to go back in. I think him, Hayden, there's a couple that make the team no matter what, and he's got to be up there. So if Fernandes has been training now for what must it be? Week and a half, 2 weeks, get him in the team. We need that solidarity in the back. We've looked a little bit rusty there in places. He's a good, solid defender, leader, stick him in. Don't care who with, just get him in the team. Apart from that, we know what the problems are going forward with Almiron, Maximin and Wilson all out. Oh, God, it's scary thinking about. But we've got options to come in, the fringe players, so let's hope they can put on a performance. I think it goes without saying Ryan Fraser will be playing on Sunday. Who he plays with Ryan Fraser is up for debate. Gale must be knocking on the door, playing against his old side, West Brom, who he's been on loan to a couple of times. He's got to be on there. He's got to be in the mix, potentially. Surely he has to be. I'd play Gale if it was me. I think Andy Carroll is past it now. He's an impact substitute at best. Yes, he puts himself about and he can be a massive handful on his day. But he's not getting any younger. And let's be honest, I think the last time he appeared for us was Aston Villa when we got beat 2-0. And he came on for about 17 minutes of that. Bruce has decided not to go with him again since. So you tell me, he doesn't play for almost a year and a half under Bruce. Comes in from the cold when Bruce is playing. He's get out of jail, someone save me card. Falls out of favour again. I don't know. I think it's more than likely that Joe Linton will be playing again. I'm not going to get into the debate of whether we think he should be. I think that would be a unanimous opinion from a lot of Newcastle fans, but he will be playing. So I guess it comes down to who takes that third position. Fraser, Joe Linton and Murphy. Do you play Fraser on the left, Joe Linton down the middle, Murphy on the right maybe? Murphy's only looked good for me as an impact substitute. I would personally change the formation a little bit, and I would play, because Joe Linton is going to play, let's face it, I would play Joe Linton just behind Gale. Gale to be on the last shoulder of the defender, and probably Fraser supporting him on the wing. I would mix it up a little bit to have a man just behind a top striker. But will we change formation? No, I think we'll stick 4-3-3. So I think it is a case of who will play out of Murphy, Fraser, Joe Linton and Gale. I think those positions are up for grabs. Let us know in the comments who you want to start in replacement of Miggy and St. Maximin. West Brom as a team, I've looked at their stats today. They are, let's face it, let's be totally cold honest here, they shit. And I know they're Big Sam's team, and I know we're going to get a lot of that from the first whistle, because that's what Big Sam teams do, but they are shit. I checked stats today on chances created, shots on goal, goals leaked. West Brom are pretty much at the bottom of the pile, and we just above them on those stats. I will make you aware of that. We aren't much better, as a lot of you know, watching us week in, week out. But West Brom are bottom of the pile. They're not great going forward. They don't have much quality, and defensively, they aren't the best. Whether it be set pieces, whether it getting in and around their box. But this is the thing. If we are going to get a result on Sunday at West Brom, we are going to have to get at them. It is a team who is there for the taking if you take the match by the scruff of the neck and get at them. We need Fraser, if he is playing on one of the wings, to get at their fullback. We need Joe Linton for once. Joe Linton, Big Joey, come on, get in that box. Burst a lung to get in that box. Take a gamble, sorry. We need a bit of that. Otherwise, it's going to go only one way, because West Brom will be up for this. They know what week we've had. The whole of the UK, the whole of the football world knows what week we've had in terms of the press leaks, the injuries. So they will be up for this one. We've got Fulham breathing down our necks. The fixtures last night luckily went our way. So now we could potentially go ahead of Fulham, because we will have a game in hand. I think we've played 26. They've played 27 with last night's match. So there's potential there for us to climb a little bit further away, depending on what Fulham's result of the weekend is. But the only way that's going to happen is by winning this huge, huge fixture. And I think West Brom defensively are terrible. So we need to take advantage of that, which again goes back to why I would play Gale. Get him on the shoulder of their last man, cause them some problems. Yes, there's an argument that Carroll could do that, but he's just not more. He's just too static. He's set in his ways. He always gives fouls away. There's a lot of this goes on every single match I seem to see him play. He whinges at the ref and he gets a yellow card. I don't know. He's just all at sea for me. And he's not going to be with us any longer than this season. So get Gale in. Chomping at the bit, we hope, to make an impression now that he knows he's going to play a little bit more potentially if he does make a good impression for us. And let's get at them. Let's do what we did at Everton. Let's do what we did against Southampton in that first half. Let's do what we did in that first half against Wolves. The little decent things that we've seen, and I'm trying to keep this as positive as I can, Toon fans watching this. We all know how bad things have been, but we have seen glimpses of decent football. We have. You know, you don't like to admit it because we all want that manager out, but we have seen some okay stuff over the last month or so. Obviously, the Graham Jones effect, so we need more of that. Hayden, stick him in that defensive midfield. Get him to do all the dirty work there. Shelvey, if you're going to play, pull your finger out, mate. I saw your interview about Leeds last week, how you could never play for them because you don't graft that hard. We need it. We are not going to get out of this scrap with attitudes like that. You need to put in 110% and play for that fucking shirt like every single player on the field should. Lewis, on the left-hand side, left back, more aggression. We need more aggression from him. We are only going to get out of this by every single player battling. Do you remember that match a couple of years ago at Leicester? It still goes viral now, where there was a slide tackle and another slide tackle and another slide tackle when we won 2-1. We need exactly that on Sunday. West Brom need to say in the first 10 minutes to themselves, shit, Newcastle are up for this one. Will we get that? Who knows? Moving on with the awful news of Glenn Roeder that came out on Sunday, late Sunday night. Thoughts are obviously with all of his family, but I think another reason we need to put on a performance on Sunday is for Glenn. He was a great servant to us as a player. Before my time, admittedly, I was born in 92. I didn't get to see him as a player, but I have very, very fond memories of Glenn as a coach. He came in when we were on a downward spiral under Souness. He stepped up from the youth side and he took us from the bottom half into that Intertoto Cup position, and I'll always thank him for that. And he's a fantastic servant. He understood Newcastle, what it was like to play for Newcastle, what it was like to manage Newcastle, what it meant to the fans. He just got us, and I think the players are going to be obviously wearing black armbands on Sunday, so they should. I'm sure there'll be a minute's respect for us all to give Glenn a thought before the match starts. So let's do it for him. Let's do it for his family, who I'm sure will be watching at home, knowing that there will be the minute's respect for Glenn, and let's really, really put on a performance for a man that deserves it. So many fond memories. The Sunderland game, who can forget the Sunderland game? Shiva's last competitive game for us. 1-0 down, 4-1 up. Albert Luque wrapped it up. Who can forget these kind of moments? And we've got a lot to thank Glenn for. Lots of good memories there. And for a lot of you older Newcastle fans watching this, I'm sure there's a lot of memories. Again, let me know in the comments that you have of Glenn as a player. So let's do it for him. It's a huge game. Prediction. I'm going to go for... I can't believe I'm saying this after the week we've had as Newcastle fans. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I must be stupid. 2-1 win. I'll go goal scorer. Ryan Fraser first scorer. I think he's still due a goal in the league for us. So I'll go Fraser first scorer, 2-1. Please, again, let me know your predictions for the game in the comments. And my God, I don't need to sit here and tell you it is a massive, massive game. 12 o'clock kick-off, nice and early. So we'll have to get up even earlier to get the beers in. And let's see where we are at 2 o'clock. I'm glad that it's an early kick-off because we can get it done. We can hopefully enjoy the rest of our Sundays and enjoy a couple of post-match beers without looking over our shoulders and absolutely shitting our pants and coming on here and ranting like hell at Bruce, at the tactics. Hopefully Graham Jones can motivate them for this one. After an awful week, and all the lads can pull together after what has been a total shitstorm. And I guess time will tell whether Maximin and Almiron are the reason that we are not going to get out of this. And we'll see on Sunday. If you've liked this video and you've liked a lot of my content so far, obviously please like this video and subscribe. I'm doing a hell of a lot more content on Facebook and Instagram, so please get me on there under Black and White Banter, and we'll catch up for a match review on Sunday. Hopefully with the table looking a lot better. Come on, away the lads.